Hey, how's it going? My name is Alex and welcome to Remixed Reviews. Today we're going to be reviewing the movie Age of Ultron, Avengers 2. I'm sure by now most of you have seen it. If some of you haven't, I will have some spoilers. I'm not going to break down the movie scene by scene. I think, overall, I think the movie was a success. I wouldn't recommend anyone not to see it. I think you should go check it out. As far as I'm concerned, only because I'm not a diehard movie critic. I kind of take things a lot lightly when it comes to adaptations, especially with comic books. So overall, I was happy with Age of Ultron. It missed, for me, it missed a little bit of that, I don't know, charm that the first one had. Josh Whedon is very good at storytelling, building up characters, directing them well. I think here they just, they fed you with a lot of information, which was good. It was just sometimes going a little too fast. Action-wise, awesome. They start off the movie right away. Most of the trailers that you can see take place within like the first 2 to 3 minutes, which is pretty cool. Everyone knows by now, or if you don't, the origin of Ultron was just changed a little bit from Ant-Man building him to Tony Stark, which actually makes sense in the movie universe. So I didn't have a problem with that. Jarvis kind of technically being part of Vision. You know what? If you think about it in the movies, it does make sense. That's stuff like that. Some people, diehard comic book readers, might be like, that's bullshit. But I was okay with that. Movie had a lot of things setting up for other movies like Panther. They talk about Wakanda a little bit, stuff like that. It did move fast, which was okay. It lacked a certain something. I'm not sure exactly what it was. I think overall, in my opinion, they didn't seem like they were in that amount of danger as a team. Like, hey, once we get our shit together, we'll be able to fix the problem. We'll be able to defeat them. I mean, Ultron is just, from what I understand, menacing, powerful. They all need to get together to beat him. And it just seemed like, he was badass. David Spader, I believe his name is, from the Blacklist. I think his voice, his style of talking fit Ultron very well. I just felt he wasn't dominant enough, menacing enough, where against the Avengers themselves individually, it didn't seem like they were like, fuck, we can't beat them, there's no way out. I think adding a little more of that sense, I mean, they did do it, but not at the sense where like, shit, this guy's badass and they're not going to be able to beat him at all. If they had that little element, I think I would have liked it a little better. But like overall, it didn't miss the mark totally on anything, unlike a lot of DC movies do, with from either what the hell they're wearing or what type of character they should have been, or trying to relate it to new modern day times or the way we think. That's the biggest problem with comic book movies. You stay true to the character, you could still fit them into modern time. You just, sometimes they try to lose a bit of that character's either point of view or the way he is or she is to try to fit them in now, and that's where you kind of lose it. But the Avengers, it was good. Vision was great. Ultron was overall good. The story wasn't bad. It still had that Chitauri type, mindless drone type thing. I would have preferred if there were less Ultron. Maybe there was like 10 or 15, but they were harder to beat. If like Ultron's mind was in them a little bit more, or they were just a bigger, harder opponent. It's cool watching Hulk and all them tear through them up really easy like they did in the first movie with the Chitauri. But overall, I think I would have preferred more of a challenge for them. I could be nitpicking. That's what we do as critics. But I'm not going to say the movie sucked. No, by any means it didn't suck. It was good. It was fun. I like the fact that a lot of the trailer, like I said, was in the beginning, so I kind of, even though I know that kind of knew what was the story or where they were heading, what direction, it was still kind of interesting to see, oh shit, what's next. The twins were good. Scarlet Witch in particular, I liked her character. She's actually hotter than her two sisters, the Olsen twins, so yeah, it was good though, overall. The whole Hulk and Black Widow calming them down, I kind of back and forth with that. I don't like the fact that either you can control the Hulk, like you kind of showed you could in the first one, or you can't. I don't like how they keep going back and forth. I understand how she could calm him down faster. I get it. But I could have done without it, to be honest with you. I don't know if they're going to continue it. At the end of the movie, they show Hulk on a ship. Obviously, he could fucking fly the ship, and he knows that he's not going back to her. So he can't control it to a point. So I didn't understand what they were trying to do there. I think they were just trying to add a love scene or a twist just to show something different or something new. I don't know if that's their plan for future movies, or they're going to have her wrap around back to Captain America and hook up with him like she normally does. But other than that, you know, I liked it. Another thing that was kind of threw me off was the helicarrier Nick Fury coming out of nowhere. I don't watch Agents Marvel, Marvel Shield, the show or whatever. They said there was a small tie-in there, but even people who watched that couldn't kind of tell me it was a direct tie-in. Like I expected maybe some of those cast members to be on the carrier. They weren't. I was kind of confused. Is fucking Shield up? Are they back? Are they not back? At the end, they show a private base where Captain America's back, and it says Marvel's Avengers base. So, are they not Shield? Like shit like that. Like I'm not fucking a comic book expert, so I didn't kind of was like, well, what's going on? They do show at the very end, once it's all said and done, Captain America has this, like, you know, he has a War Machine, Vision, Scarlet Witch, Black Widow himself, and Falcon. So I'm assuming that's his team when they break up into the fight or whatever. Or it was a Civil War, however they're gonna do that, or I think they're doing Civil War, it's Infinity War. But I guess that's his team, which kind of makes sense because if you think of all those characters, they're all that type of. They have the same type of morale, the same type of thinking, you know. So I'm kind of interested to see where they go with that. War Machine does make a nice cameo in there. I felt that Falcon could have came out with him. And one scene that he jumps off the carrier to help the rest of the Avengers. You know, I could have done Falcon in there. You know, have some brothers come out with Samuel walking the fucking the top of the aircraft carrier. Like, you know, something cool. That shit would have been cool. But they just had him in the background like a filler. But hey, you know, I'm sure he was a good character, Falcon. So I'm sure they'll use him better in Captain America 3 and Avengers 3. But yeah, man. I don't know if you would consider it nitpicking. I'm just picking out some points because everyone I talked to, they said it's a flawless fucking movie. I didn't think it was flawless. I mean, was it good? Yeah. Did it disappoint me? No, not really. I enjoyed most of it. But there were certain things, you know, like kind of like in Avengers 1, the whole Chitauri just falling out, quick ending, make it snappy. Age of Ultron, the way they get him at the end, it's Iron Man, Thor, and Vision all shooting their fucking Iron Man. It's shooting his beam, so is the Vision from the Infinity Stone, and then you got Thor with the lightning. That was a cool shot. You know, they don't get the last one. Vision actually destroys the very last drone or a part of Ultron, but no, it was good. It didn't leave me like dumbfounded or I was like, what the fuck. So if you guys haven't seen the movie, I would definitely recommend it. Like I said, it's the Avengers, so with that many characters and with those many people who already kind of have a good layout, I knew it wasn't going to be horrible. There was just some things that could have been different, but you know, I don't know what direction they're going, and to be honest with you, you can't miss one of these movies because they're all connected to some way. So, you know, they get a little leeway there. I recommend it if you haven't seen it. I don't think anyone watching this fucking video is not going to see it eventually. So that's my take on it. The movie was good. It had some flaws, but overall, I definitely recommend it. Like I said, I don't know who else not going to watch it, but there might be a few guys out there waiting till later or waiting till it gets out of the show or the theater or watching it on bootleg. And you know what? If you guys do got it on bootleg, it doesn't do justice. That's something you definitely need to see on the big screen, on IMAX. Pay the money because it's just not worth watching it. You know, you got to see the colors. You got to see the great... I mean, visually, the movie is awesome. I mean, it's cool. And I haven't seen it on 3D, but after watching it, I probably am going to go catch it on the IMAX 3D because I think there's enough shots, aerial shots, and they do have most of the ending and scene is in the skies where I think, trying to think about it, it probably does have a nice little extra oomph as far as visuals go. So, you know, that's my review. I hope you guys liked it. Please leave your comments at the bottom. For any future videos, all the interviews we did for C2E2, please visit us at www.comicsremixed.com. And also on YouTube, we're on Instagram and Twitter. And we will see you next time. Peace.
I cannot stay here too long before my machine friends will become nervous and do something rash.